Game 2, and for this matchup I brought in Leyline of Sanctities. They're very good. They're very good. I also took out Bloodbraid Elves because I'm on the draw and I'm trying to be the defensive player. So that was my reasoning. So here we go. Having a quick look at my 7. It's got a treasure hunt, double dismember, and captured sunlight. So that's all good. No Leyline of Sanctity in my opening hand, so I was vulnerable to the turn 4 Memoricide. But I decided to risk it in this situation because I thought with the treasure hunt, and if I can get turn 3 Seismic and I can control him, if I can control him, I'll be okay. But maybe I should have mulliganed down to a Leyline. I mean, this deck does mulligan very aggressively, but I decided to keep this just because I thought it had enough control in it for me to stabilise, and if it doesn't have a Memoricide, I can stabilise and take over the game. So on turn 1 he played Inquisition, had a look at my hand and made the obvious play and discarded Treasure Hunt. On my next turn I drew Tectonic Edge, so I played the Vivid Crag and passed turn. And here he plays a forest, and then he plays another Tarmogoyf. And for my turn 2, I just played the Cascade Bluffs. I don't play Gemstone Mine because I don't really need to right now. I have, if I need the coloured mana, I have Tendo Ice Bridge and I have the Vivid Crag. Gemstone Mine, remember, I only have 3 charges of before I lose it completely. Whereas Tendo Ice Bridge, I only have 1 charge, but I can tap it for colourless, which is always useful. It's very useful, in fact. So that's the reasoning behind that. This was Overgrown 2. And then he attacked with the Tarmogoyf. So I decided at this stage I would pay 2 to dismember it, because I thought that Tarmogoyf was going to get ridiculous pretty quickly. I was aware that if there was another Tarmogoyf in his hand it would become a 3-4, but in that case I could probably just use my other Dismember to finish that one off. So that was the reasoning behind that. And then post combat he makes a Sphinx, so that means I basically need 1 more land to combo off, which is okay, because with Emrakul I've got an infinite combo and that's all good. Turn 3 I do play the Gemstone Mine because I'm thinking I've got the other Dismember in my hand and I don't quite want to use Tendo Ice Bridge just yet, which completely contradicts my earlier thought process, so I'm slightly confused. Having said that, I was incredibly tired, as you will see by some plays later, warning, foreshadowing, etc. So that was my turn 3. Just go straight through combat. He draws, and he Inquisitions again. So I have a choice. I could have played Cast Dismember and looked at Kitchen and taken out Kitchen Finks, but all that would have done is left me down on resources, and he'd still have a 2-1 to smack me in the face with. So I just let him take it, which I think was the sensible play. So then he played a Blood Crypt, and then he Blightninged me, and at this stage it was getting very awkward. There was nothing I could do about it, and maybe at this stage he's had double Inquisition and Blightning. Maybe I should have mulliganed into a Leyline, but that was what I'd know for game 3. I discarded a Tectonic Edge because that's not much use to me right now, and a Vivid Crag. because I need the untapped mana. I need the untapped ability of Tendo Ice Bridge, or non-tapping. Or it doesn't come into play tapped. That's the point, which is always relevant. He declared attackers. He attacked with his kitchen things, and suddenly I was on 12 and not looking pretty. Draw Dakmor Salvage. Nothing particularly useful, but it does have the dredge, which is so if necessary I can scattergun with the dredge ability. If I don't have swans out, I could destroy it every turn, so at least I have something to shoot for 2. But cascading into Seismic Assault. So I got a bit lucky, and then gaining 6 life, putting me up to 16. But if you look closely, you'll see I revealed Leyline of Sanctity. So if he looks, he'll know I've got Leyline of Sanctity for game 3. That's the one downside to Cascade. You do reveal an awful lot of your deck, but with the combo decks like Swans, you don't particularly care. So he's got a Treetop Village. The swinging for 3 more. I could Seismic Assault it, but I'm not. It doesn't do an awful lot right now. It just gains him 2 life, and I can always do it later. Maybe I should have. Maybe I was right to hold on. Give me your thoughts. Maybe I should have just killed it there and then. But I could kill it any time, unless he's got Corrosion Grip. That would have been really awkward. So yeah, I probably should have shot it. I didn't. And that put me on 13, and he passed the turn, so I got a bit lucky. I've got a Karplusan Forest. Really should have shot the kitchen finks. Still haven't shot the kitchen finks, so he's going to cast Bloodbraid Elf, and he cascades into. If he's got Lightning at this stage, if he cascades into Lightning, I'm in huge trouble. He cascades luckily into Terminate, which misses. But he gets the Bloodbraid Elf. He plays the Verdant Catacomb, and then he swings with his guys. At this stage, I do half wake up, and I seismic one of them. Just going back to my earlier thoughts, still with the kitchen finks, you do kind of really want to keep 1 land in your hand, just in case you do get swans and you do combo off. So that's why ultimately I kept it in my hand. So I used the Karplusan Forest here. I don't. That was a bad play. I should have used the Karplusan Forest. I didn't. I used the Dakmor. Whoops, that was a bad play. And I take 3, puts me on 10. But I'm keeping that 1 land in my hand just in case I get Bloodbraid Elf. Just in case, sorry, I get Swans of Bryn Argoll. It's another land. So end of his turn. At the end of my turn even, he goes and fetches himself another land. Sometimes the Modo player is a bit slow. Doesn't matter. There we go. So he fetches himself a Stomping Ground, and I pass the turn, and he untaps. So he activates his Treetop Village. So there we go. And at this stage, I think I did shoot the Finks with the Cascade Bluffs when it should have been Karplusan Forest. So that's the second mistake I've made. Whoops. Not really looking good. Although Karplusan Forest, if I did keep Karplusan Forest and I got Captured Sunlight, I could play the Karplusan Forest and play Captured Sunlight and Cascade into hopefully a treasure hunt or something like that to give myself some ammunition. If I cascade into another Seismic Assault, I'm in trouble. But that's me on 7. So I need something good here. I got a City of Brass, which again not ideal, but I can shoot that Fix again and puts me on 4. If he's got another Blightning, I'm in trouble. I mean, he's got 2 cards in his hand at this stage. I should have now discarded the Karplusan Forest. Nope, City of Brass. I can sort of see why I did that actually. Losing life is not ideal. He's got 2 cards in his hand. He's got two red sources available to him, so maybe he has 2 red sources, so maybe he had double lightning bolt. So I don't want to have to pay 1 to play the Swans, because at this stage Swans or Treasure Hunt is my only out, and I don't want to have to pay any life to cast them. And that was me on 4. So he plays another tap land, so he's got 1 card in his hand. So at this stage I really need either a Treasure Hunt or a Swans, otherwise I'm screwed basically. So let's see what happens. Do I dredge Dakmor? No, I do not, because I really need that Swans. He says. Let's just put it into play. And I drew the Swans. Yeah, so at this stage I was a bit ropey to begin with, but soon you're just shooting off and you're comboing off. And if he does try and kill it in response, because Seismic Assault's instant speed, you just keep going. And at this stage I just kept going. Now you might think I'm running out of deck, and in a way I am, but I just keep going. I'll just keep going, because I could go to my cleanup step, discard Emrakul. There it is. So discard Emrakul and then carry on, because you could still play instants and sorceries in your cleanup step. So you can still play instant speed abilities in your cleanup step, and then when you finish in the cleanup step, you have to discard down to 7 again. So you discard Emrakul again, and then you keep going. And you can keep going, so you keep 2 lands in your hand and you keep going, and that's how you kill them in your cleanup step. And I win the game. So that was game 2. So I was 2-0 and I was feeling really good. And I will see you for